Hello, this is Sabika Sayyad and welcome to the print headlines. Chief Minister Vijay-led cabinet in Tamil Nadu expands to 33. Congress joins government after 59 years. Chief Minister C. Joseph Vijay led Tamil Nadu cabinet today expanded from 10 to 33 with the induction of 23 new MLAs, including 2 from the Congress, making it the state's first coalition government. Tamil Nadu Governor Rajendra Vishwanath Arlekar administered the oath of office and secrecy to the ministers designate at Lok Bhavan in Chennai in the presence of Vijay. With the induction of Congress MLAs into the cabinet, the party has joined the government after 59 years. West Bengal government issues orders prohibiting officials to speak to the media. The Bharatiya Janata Party government in West Bengal has issued an order prohibiting government officials and police from speaking to the media. The circular titled Dissemination of Information by any member of the All India Service, West Bengal Civil Service, West Bengal Police Service and other employees working under the government of West Bengal directs a complete prohibition without any government order on any direct or indirect communication of any document or information with the press by the members of the services. Trinamool Congress General Secretary Abhishek Banerjee shared the circular on social media and said that the phrase complete prohibition echoing through the circular like a warning not to protect governance but to enforce silence upon government employees across Bengal. After state-run schools, Vande Mataram now compulsory in all Bengal Madrasas. The West Bengal Directorate of Madrasa Education has made the singing of Vande Mataram mandatory during assembly prayers before classes in all government-aided and recognized madrasas across the state with immediate effect. This was confirmed by Khudiram Tudu, the Minister in charge of Minority Affairs and Madrasa Education in the new BJP-led government. He said, and I quote, "If singing Vande Mataram is compulsory in those schools, why should the same not be mandatory in recognized madrasas?" West Bengal government to detect, delete and deport illegal infiltrators, says Chief Minister Suvendu Adhikari. Emphasizing that his government will be tough on illegal infiltrators, West Bengal Chief Minister Suvendu Adhikari said his government will follow a new policy of detect, delete and deport when it comes to illegal infiltrators. The Chief Minister said, those not covered under the CAA, they are completely illegal infiltrators. The state police will arrest them and hand them to the BSF. The BSF will hold talks with border guards Bangladesh and try to deport them. This means a policy of detect, delete and deport. Delhi High Court dismisses plea to deregister AAP, disqualify Arvind Kejriwal. The Delhi High Court has dismissed a petition seeking a direction to the Election Commission of India to deregister the Aam Aadmi Party and disqualify its chief Arvind Kejriwal and other leaders from contesting elections for boycotting court proceedings in the excise policy case. A bench of Chief Justice D.K. Upadhyay and Justice Tejas Karya said the petition by Satish Kumar Agarwal was bereft of any merit and his contention was too far-fetched, highly misconceived and misplaced. Absconding husband in Tuisha Sharma's death case applies for bail in Jabalpur High Court. Tuisha Sharma's absconding husband Samarth Singh has filed a bail application in the Jabalpur High Court. A magistrate court had earlier rejected his anticipatory bail application while granting it to his mother Giribala Singh. After the High Court verdict, Hindu petitioners seek free entry for devotees at Bhojshala in Madhya Pradesh. Days after the Madhya Pradesh High Court declared Dhar's Bhojshala complex a Vagdevi temple, two petitioners from the Hindu side have demanded free entry for devotees and claimed that idols of Hanuman and other deities may be buried beneath the premises. Petitioner Ashish Goyal, associated with the Hindu Front for Justice, in his application to the ASI, said worshippers should not be charged even the existing 1 rupee entry fee. Government issues Ebola advisory for passengers arriving from DR Congo, Uganda and South Sudan. India has issued a health advisory for passengers arriving from or transiting through Ebola-affected countries, asking those with symptoms or exposure history to immediately report to airport health authorities before immigration clearance. The advisory issued by the DGHS specifically mentions travelers coming from the Democratic Republic of Congo, Uganda and South Sudan, all of which have been categorized as high-risk countries by the WHO. Union Health Ministry officials clarified that no case of Ebola has been detected in India so far. It advised passengers to watch out for symptoms such as fever, weakness, headache, muscle pain, vomiting, diarrhea, sore throat and unexplained bleeding. India-Africa Forum Summit postponed in wake of Ebola virus outbreak. India and the African Union have decided to postpone the India-Africa Forum Summit scheduled to be held next week in New Delhi due to the evolving health situation in parts of Africa, said the Ministry of External Affairs today. MEA says decision taken in view of the evolving health situation in parts of Africa. The summit was initially scheduled to take place in New Delhi from May 28 to 31. Telangana hikes minimum wages for workers ranges between 16,000 and 20,000. Telangana Chief Minister A. Revanth Reddy announced a major decision on revising minimum wages for workers in Telangana, breaking the workers into 4 categories and into 3 zones in the state. The Chief Minister said the decision would benefit 1.11 crore workers across the state and would come into effect from June 1. Transporters announced 4% hike in freight rates to pass on extra burden. With diesel prices increasing and fuel shortages impacting the free movement of trucks, transporters have decided to increase freight rates with effect from May 20th. To offset the diesel price hike, the transporters have introduced a new calculation method called Fuel Adjustment Factor or the FAF, which will regulate the pass-on price of the increase in diesel rates, which accounts for 65% of the operational cost. 3-day transport strike in Delhi, commercial vehicle drivers unions extend support, demand fare hike. Transport and taxi unions today embarked on a 3-day strike in the Delhi NCR in protest against the city government cess. The All India Motor Transport Congress or the AIMTC, the apex body of truckers, private buses, taxi and maxi cab operators, took the decision in a meeting on Tuesday. The strike till May 23rd is against the Delhi government's decision to hike the environment compensation cess on commercial vehicles. 6 auto rickshaw unions have distanced themselves. Congress workers protest in Jaipur over NEET irregularities. Police use water cannons to stop march. Hundreds of Congress workers today marched towards the BJP state headquarters in Jaipur to protest against the irregularities in the NEET UG medical exam, with the police stopping them at barricades and using water cannons. Carrying posters and placards, the protesters, led by Pradesh Congress Chief Govind Singh Dotasra, demanded the resignation of Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan. The Congress claimed that the future of nearly 22 lakh students had been affected due to the alleged leak. Cockroach Janata Party's X handle withheld, founder starts new account. The Cockroach Janata Party's X account has been withheld in India in response to a legal demand, according to founder Abhijit Dipke. He said, and I quote, Cockroach Janata Party's account was started on 16th May. Within 4 days, the account got banned because it got more than 200,000 following. Dipke also claimed that attempts were made to hack the CJP's Instagram handle. The movement became an internet sensation, garnering over 14.5 million followers on Instagram, surpassing BJP's 8.8 million follower count. Piyush Goyal says US team may visit India next month for trade talks. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal said today that the US team is likely to visit India next month for trade talks with their counterparts in New Delhi. He said India needs to work closely with the US in areas such as technology, innovation, high precision defense, digital data centers, quantum computing equipment, and medical devices. The Indian side visited Washington, D.C. in April for an in-person round of meetings with their US counterparts to finalize the details of the interim pact and take forward the negotiations under the broader bilateral trade agreement. Taiwanese President Lai Ching-te says would be happy to talk to US President Donald Trump. Taiwan leader Lai Ching-te said today that he would be happy to talk to US President Donald Trump, a conversation that would break more than 4 decades of diplomatic protocol and risk angering China. Trump told reporters yesterday that he would speak to Lai as the White House weighs arms sales to the Democratic island. It was the second time since a summit in Beijing last week that Trump has said he would call the Taiwanese leader. Such communication would be the first time since Washington switched diplomatic relations from Taipei to Beijing in 1979 that serving presidents of Taiwan and the United States would speak to each other. After wrapping up his trip to Beijing, US President Donald Trump suggested arms sales to Taiwan could be used as a bargaining chip with China. US charges Cuba's Raul Castro with murder over 1996 downing of 2 planes. The US has charged former Cuban leader Raul Castro with conspiracy to kill US nationals and other crimes over the 1996 downing of 2 planes between Cuba and Florida. The case, unveiled yesterday, accuses Castro and 5 others in the shooting down of the aircraft belonging to Cuban-American group Brothers to the Rescue and killing 4 people, including 3 Americans. Castro, now 94, was then head of the country's armed forces and faced international condemnation over the crash. As the US seeks to exert increasing pressure on Cuba's communist rule, President Miguel called the charges a political maneuver devoid of any legal foundation. Poland summons Israeli envoy over detention of activists, demands release and apology. Poland's foreign minister said today he had summoned the Israeli chargé d'affaires over the detention of Gaza flotilla activists, including Polish nationals, demanding their immediate release and an apology. Foreign Minister Radoslaw Sikorski said Poland expected its citizens to be treated in line with international standards. He said, and I quote, Poland firmly condemns the conduct of representatives of the Israeli authorities towards activists of the global Summit flotilla detained by the Israeli army, including Polish citizens. Australian judge fines ex-corporation $465,000 for online safety breach. An Australian judge fined X Corporation 650,000 Australian dollars today for failing to provide information to an online safety watchdog in 2023 about how it tackled child sexual exploitation content. Federal Court Justice Michael Wheelahan also ordered the Texas-based social media giant to pay $71,000 of e-safety Commissioner Julie Inman Grant's court costs within 45 days. The ruling ends a 3-year legal battle in which X had argued it was not obliged to answer e-safety's questions. Hardik Pandya fined 10% of match fee, handed 1 demerit point for knocking bails off. Mumbai Indians captain Hardik Pandya has been fined 10% of his match fee and handed 1 demerit point for abuse of cricket equipment after he forcefully knocked the bails off the wicket during a frustrating spell in the IPL match against Kolkata Knight Riders. Pandya was found to have breached level 1 of the code as he knocked the bails off the wicket with force while walking back to his run-up during the match that Mumbai Indians lost by 4 wickets at Eden Gardens in Kolkata yesterday. Kolkata Knight Riders chased down the target of 148 with 7 balls to spare, and Pandya returned wicketless from his 2 overs while conceding 13 runs. That's all we have for you today. We'll be back tomorrow with the latest.